Hi everyone, Ravi this side. Welcome to EnggAdda. So today in this video we are going to discuss how we can create our Spring Boot application and how we can connect that Spring Boot application with the Elasticsearch search engine. And that Elasticsearch search engine should be running in the Docker container, not in our local. Okay. So what I will do, I will try to create a Docker image of the Elasticsearch, try to pull it from the Docker hub locally, and then we'll try to run it or spin it in the Docker container. And from there, we'll try to communicate it with the Spring Boot application that we have created locally. So those things we are going to do in this video. Okay. So first of all, what I will do, I will try to create a Spring Boot application. I will try to do the necessary development for that, where I will be covering the CRUD operations there. Okay. And then I will try to create the or pull the Docker image from the Docker hub, and then we'll create a Docker container and we spin our Elasticsearch image in that container so that we can communicate with the Spring Boot application. So those things we are going to do today in this video. Okay. So let's get started for that. So first of all, let me try to go to the IntelliJ and try creating one Spring Boot application here. So go to the file, new and project, and here you need to give you name of the project. So let's say it is Spring Boot uh, integration with Elasticsearch on Docker. This is the long name, but yeah, for your sake of simplicity, I'm just giving those names. Now let me try to go next. Choose Lombok, Spring Web, and the Elasticsearch dependency. So just use the Spring Data Elasticsearch. Create it and just wait for a few seconds. So it will take few seconds to configure all the dependency that we have added. Like it would download all the dependency locally and then try to configure for us. So just wait for that. And yeah, I think it is done. Just go to the source main and go to the Java, and here you can see our application is created. If you run this application locally, it will be running on the port number 8080. So yeah, let me try to run and show you. Okay, so yeah, it is building first and then it will try to run our application. So you can see our application is up locally on the port number 8080. Okay, so let me try to stop it, and here what I will do, I will try to create the entity, repository, service and the controller class, and we'll try to cover all the CRUD operations through the APIs. Okay, so let me try to create the package here, and let's say the package is entity. Okay, and let's say we are going to create a product entity, and let me try to create the other packages as well. Let's say it is repo, and here we are going to create the product repository. So you can say it like product repo, which is a interface. Okay, now you need to create the package called service. Like we can create the service package and service IMPL, but I'm directly going to create the MPL here. Okay, so you can see product service. Okay, now let me try to create the controller, and here you can see we need to create the product controller. Okay, so we are good now. Now let me go to the entity and try to create couple of attributes here. So let's say private int id and private string product name, p name, something like that. Use the camel case, and let's say private string description and private string price. Okay, or you can remove this string. Let me try to make the price as double, and let's say this is not a description. Let's say it is what I can say quantity. Okay, so let it be int. So what we did, we have created couple of attributes like ID, name, quantity, and the price. Now let me try to use the Lombok to create all argument constructor, no argument constructor, and data for the getter and setter and true string. And now we need to create the corresponding index or the table, you can say, in the Elasticsearch for this entity. So for that we need to use the annotation called document, and here we need to provide the index name, and let's say the index name is product index, product underscore index. Okay, so this is the index or the table, you can say. Now we are good with the creation of the entity class. Now let me try to go to the product repository, and this product repository interface should be extending the Elasticsearch repository. Okay, so extend Elasticsearch repository, and here we need to pass these two argument. One of these argument is the entity name, which is product, and the second argument is we need to pass the ID type of the product entity. So in the product, if you'll go, the ID is of integer type, so that we need to pass here. So go to the product repo and let me pass the integer here. So we are good now. Now we need to go to the product service, and here we'll try to create all the methods. Okay, so as of now I'm just going to create the insert and fetch method, and then we'll try to cover the update and delete. So let me try to do that, and before going there, let me try to annotate this class with @service, so that this class bin can be created and assigned to the application context. So now let me try to auto where the product repo here. Okay, so private, we will be needing this product repository so that we can call the Elasticsearch provided methods to carry out our CRUD operations. Okay, so let me try to create the method call. Let's say it's returning the list of product. Okay, list of product, not product repo. And let me try to import this product here. Similarly, we need to import the list as well, which is from the util. And now let's say this method name is get all products. Okay, and return it using the product repo. There is a method called find all. Okay, so you can call and then return it. So you can see it is telling us to. Okay, so we are finding all the products from the index that we have created and then returning it in the form of list, or you can do directly, you can return in the form of iterable and remove this from here. So we are good now. Now let me try to create the method to insert the product in the product index. So let's say it is product and insert product. We need to pass the product reference here that we are going to insert, and now we need to call the method save from the Elasticsearch repository. So it is product repo dot save and pass the product here and then simply return it, so that we can get what product we are inserting in the Elasticsearch index or product index. So we are good with the creation of entity, repository, and the service. Now let me go to the product controller and let me try to create the APIs here to access those methods that we have created in the service. So for that we need to auto where the service here first of all. So private product service and product service. Now let me try to create the git mapping here. So first of all, we are fetching the products, okay, list of product you can say. And let's say the method name is public. It is returning iterable of products. And let's say it is method name is get all products, okay. And then simply return product service dot get all products. So we are using this product service reference here, which we have auto add and call the get all products method, which is inside the product service. Okay, let me try to go there and show you. You can see this, right? Now, what we need to do, let me try to go to the controller and we are good. Sorry, this is the second application. Let me try to close it. So we have created the entity and we have created the repository. We have created the service and we have created these two methods as of now. Created one of the API which is get mapping and it is calling all the it is calling the method which is inside the product service which is returning all the products. Okay, now let me try to do some additional mapping here at the class level. So let's say it is request mapping and let's say it is APIs. Okay, now let me try to create the post mapping which will be calling the insert method from the product service. Okay, so post mapping and let's say it is insert. Okay, now we need to create the method for that. So its return type is the product that we are inserting. Okay, and we are passing this product as a request body so that we can pass it from the postman or the client. Okay, so let's say it is a request body and we are passing the product reference here that we are going to insert. Using the product service, we need to call the method called insert, which we have created and pass the product reference here and then simply return it from here so that we can get what product we are inserting into the index. So we are good with the creation of the APIs as well. Okay, so everything is working fine. Now let me try to so our APIs are good, but we cannot test it as of now, right? Because we don't have the connection with the Elasticsearch. So how we can create the Elasticsearch or how we can pull the Elasticsearch image in the Docker and how we can run it in the container. So those part we are going to cover now. So let me try to go to the Docker desktop. So you can up your Docker daemon locally. So I'm using Docker desktop. If you're using Docker terminal, then from there you can make your Docker daemon locally up and then you can run your Docker commands. Okay, so let me try to open the Docker desktop for me. And once it is up, I will try to open a command prompt and there I will try to run the Docker commands. Okay, so I think it is up. If you'll go to the images, you can see this many images I have. I don't have any images related to the Elasticsearch as of now. Okay, so let me try to open a command prompt and try to show those things here. So let's say it is Docker images and you can see these many images I have. I don't have the image related to the Elasticsearch. Now I already have like there is a command called docker pull and then you have to provide the image name, right? So I have listed out those commands. So let me try to copy it from here and just come down to the command prompt and just paste it here. So this command, what it is doing, this command is pulling the Docker image of the Elasticsearch. So this command is docker pull and this is the image name. So docker.elastic.co slash elasticsearch and this is the version. So we are going to pull the Docker image version 7.17.9. So let me try to enter. As of now, a Docker image of the updated version are available. You can use them. This is working for me, so I have used it. So yeah, just wait for a few seconds. It will download all the layers of that image and then it will pull it. Okay, so just wait. Okay, so once it is done, what I will do, I will try to run the second command, which will try to create a container and it will try to run our Docker image inside that container. Okay, so for that there is a command called docker run -p, and you need to provide the port number on which your Docker image will be up and running. Okay, so now you need to run the command called docker run so that you can run your Elasticsearch image in the Docker container. Okay, so your Elasticsearch is locally running, or the default port for the Elasticsearch for the local host is 9200. Okay, so you need to provide that port here. So let's say it is 9200. Okay, and then you need to provide the discovery type, which is I have provided here as a single node, and then you need to provide the Docker image of your Elasticsearch. Okay, so just copy this command, and let me try to go to the command prompt, and here you can see our Docker image of the Elasticsearch is pulled. Okay, now let me try to run the command docker images to show you if our Elasticsearch image is there or not. So you can see our Elasticsearch image is there, and it is, yeah, it is there. Now let me try to run the command called docker run -p, and this is the default port for the Elasticsearch. And then we are providing the discovery type as a single node, and then the image name, okay, with the version. So just enter, and it will take few seconds to make your Elasticsearch up on the Docker so that you can use it in the Spring Boot application. Okay, so you can see this, it started running our Elasticsearch. So yeah, it is up, and it will be up on the port number 9200. So we can locally hit this and then see. So once it is up, you can hit the localhost 9200 to see all the information related to the Elasticsearch. So yeah, it is making up, and if we'll go to the browser, let me try to hit the localhost 9200, and yeah, just wait for a few seconds. You can see this is the information related to the Elasticsearch. You can see the cluster name is Docker cluster, and UID is this, and the version, you can see this is the Elasticsearch version that we have installed or pulled, and these are the some other configuration of the Elasticsearch. So our Elasticsearch is up on the Docker. Now what we need to do, we need to run our application so that it can be connected to the Elasticsearch. So before running the application, I need to do one configuration so that we can connect it to the Elasticsearch. So let me go to the application properties file, and here we need to provide uh, the port number on which our Elasticsearch is up. So it is spring dot data dot elastic search dot spring data elasticsearch dot cluster hyphen nodes. Okay, and you need to provide uh, the port number on which your application is up. So our application is up locally on the port number 9200. Okay, so we are good now. Now let me try to run this application and try to hit these endpoints. Okay, so just run this application and wait for a few seconds. And by the way, you can see this is the Elasticsearch, and it is up locally. Sorry, it is up on the Docker, and our application is running. And here you can see it is connected to the Elasticsearch, and that is why we are getting this logs that you can hit this Elasticsearch APIs to see your index. You can see this, right? So this is the index that we have created, product underscore index. You can go to the product entity and you can see, right? So this is the URL for the Elasticsearch, and let me try to open the Postman and try to show you something. So I will try to hit the API of the Elasticsearch and try to show you what all the indexes it has. And yeah, so our application is up. It has been connected to the Elasticsearch, and we can see this APIs which is of the Elasticsearch. Our application is up on the port number 8080. Elasticsearch is up on the port number 9200 on the Docker. Now if you'll go to the Elasticsearch, here you can see the product index is created, right? And now let me try to hit let me try to go there to this API. So you can see this API is giving you the description of the index that you have created. Okay, and if you go to the postman, and if you'll go to this, the index name is product index, right? You can see this is the index name product underscore index, and this is the host on which your Elasticsearch is up, and this is the port number 9200, and this is the index, and this is the Elasticsearch search mapping. Okay, so if you'll try to hit this API, you can see, okay, product underscore index is now there. Okay, so it is product underscore index, not products. Let me try to remove it and then try to send. And here you can see we can like there is no record in the product underscore index, which is our Elasticsearch index, or which is our index. So no record is there, but yeah, we are able to hit this API, right? That means our index is created in the Elasticsearch. Now you can also verify it from the Elasticsearch here, and you can also verify through these APIs, or the API that is given in the logs of your application. Now your application is up on the port number 8080, and if you'll go to the product controller, you can see this is the class level mapping, which is APIs. And if you want to hit this get mappings, you can additionally add the products. And if you want to hit the post mapping, you can add the insert and then provide the product record. Okay, so those things you can do. So I will be first hitting the products, which is get mapping, and then try to show you, because we don't have anything, so we'll not get any records there. So let me try to create one request here. So just minimize this as well. Or here I will try to create one request. Okay, so go to the folder structure, add request, and let's say, yeah, so let's say it is a get or products. Okay, products, and our application is locally up on the port number 8080. So you need to provide the URL as of that. So 8080 HTTP localhost 8080, and then the class level mapping is APIs, and then you need to provide the corresponding mapping that you are going to hit. So I'm going to hit the get mapping. So for that, what is the additional mapping? It is products. So you need to provide the products here. Okay, so just hit enter, and you can see we don't have any content, and these are the additional mappings of the Elasticsearch, which is giving the pageable, last, total pages, and elements and all. So you can go through these things. Now let me try to create one more request. So duplicate this, and this will be the post request where I will try to insert the products there. Okay, so insert product. Okay, let me try to remove this copy from here, and let's say it is a post request. And what will be the API? Go to the get one, copy this, come here and paste it. And we need to hit the post mapping, which is insert. So you need to hit this, go to the body and select the raw, select the JSON here, and provide the details of your product. So what all the attributes we have in the product. So if we'll go to the entity, you can see we have the ID, name, P name, and quantity and the price, right? So you need to provide those details here. So let's say ID is 101, and yeah, and let's say P name is, which is product name. Let's say it is mobile. Okay, and we need to provide the price and the quantity. So first of all, it is quantity, right? So let's say it is one, and let's say the price is 20,000. So let me try to cross check it. So ID, name, quantity and the price. So we are good. Now if we'll hit this API, you can see this is inserted, right? So P name, okay. So it should be not P capital N, it is P name. Let me try to hit it again, and yeah, this time we can see this, it is inserted. Similarly, you can also insert couple of other product, let's say 102, and let's say the product name is laptop, and quantity is one, price is 60,000. So as of now, I'm just going to insert two products only. So just hit enter, and you can see it is inserted. Now if you'll hit the get products API, you can see these products are coming. So we have the 101, 102, and these two products are coming as of now. You can see if you'll see the hit, it will be two. You can see total element is two, one page, size is two, so number of element is two. So all those things you can see. So this is how you can create a Spring Boot application, and you can pull the Docker image of the Elasticsearch, make a Docker container, run your Elasticsearch image there, and try to connect with the Spring Boot application. You can go for the update and the delete method. So what you can do, you can go to the product service. Here you can create the update and delete. If you're not aware how the update and delete is working, I already have covered this in couple of like there are more videos on the CRUD operations. You can go and watch it out, and from there you can uh, create it, or I will provide the link of the Git repository in the description of this video. So directly you can go through it, that, and then copy the code from there and use it. Okay, so those things you can do. So as of now, I'm just going to create only these two APIs, and I have to show the connection how you can integrate the Elasticsearch which is running on the Docker to your Spring Boot application. So all these things are working fine, right? And next time I'm going to show you how you can like create the Docker image of your Spring Boot application, and how you can deploy that to the Docker container, and both of the images would be there in the Docker, like our Spring Boot application as well as the Elasticsearch, and from there they will communicate, and then we can run it on the browser. Okay, so those things I will try to show you in the coming videos. So this is about the video, guys. If you like the video, please hit the like button and please subscribe the channel for more such content. Thanks.